Hey Aquas, I'm Island Turtle. Welcome to BOMISpirit. This is going to be your monthly intuitive messages for the sign of Aquarius. If you resonate with anything that comes through in the messages today, whether it's anything that I've channeled for you or anything that comes through in the cards, you can go ahead and watch part 2, which is linked below through Vimeo or Patreon. Go ahead and check out Patreon and everything we have over there. It may be more cost effective for you, which is some other stuff we have on offer. Okay. All right, Aquas, I want to go ahead and get started with you. I'm going to start with the Power of Elements Oracle, but before I pull out the cards, just some stuff I was getting in, I was picking up on in your energy before we started recording. So the first thing they showed me, I'm going to close my eyes for this. The first thing they showed me, when I chattle, my nose gets really itchy, so don't mind me. I saw a green diamond, and then like off the diamond, I saw these like other shapes like taking form. I feel like it's representing your place of holding yourself centered. But the fact that it was a green diamond was really interesting to me. You could be working with the tetrahedron, you could be working with sacred geometry, you could be really working with your heart space right now. Finding the middle ground seems to be really big for you. That was something else I was getting. It's like finding the balance and harmony in extremes. And a couple big things were coming up in relation to that. Well, some of you are trying to find like the perfect middle between like almost like manic and depressive. Some of you may struggle with being bipolar. Some of you may struggle with mental health or even just your physical energy. It's like, it's this extreme of like, oh my God, I can't do anything. I can't get off the couch. I just need to lay here and close my eyes. And then like, oh my God, I can do everything and da 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 da. It's like needing to find a middle ground of that energy and like to regulate your your energetic reserves and vitality a little bit better. That feels very physical body to me. But again, that could also be like a mental health thing or BPD if that's something that's in alignment with you. But that's just one thing that I was picking up on. Hold on. So much information. The other thing, I was getting obligation, but specifically with relationships. That one makes me just want to, like all over the place. Some of you, this is definitely family, okay? Because family energy was coming in really big. I do feel like, before I talk even further about what I was getting with relationships, Aqua, I just got dizzy. The other thing I was getting is like you are trying to cultivate something for yourself, and I really feel like you're just trying to cultivate happiness. I feel like you're just trying to cultivate joy and peace and just a life that is well suited to you. And that could be in your health, that could be in your environment, in your relationships, also why so many things could be coming up for you. But it's like you're just trying to be happy. That's honestly all I'm getting with you. You're just trying to be happy. And it feels like you are doing what you need to do to like clean house, so to speak, on cultivating that happiness. That's very collective right now from the full moon energy of Capricorn that we're still under in Tropic Western, including the astrology of the week that I'm recording. I'm recording this on the 24th, I believe, of July. But my readings are timeless. But let's come back to this relationship stuff. So integrity was definitely there, but it also just feels like you want relationships that feel good. You want relationships where there's no drama. You want relationships where there is this like sense of safety and back and forth and openness. But I'm also getting humor. Humor was coming in really strongly. This feeling of like you can just have a lighthearted exchange with other people and it just feels good and it's easy. Um, I keep getting this like feeling chained, obligatory, and I'm also hearing service. Some of you may feel like you've needed to be like you needed to cater to certain people, especially if it's family. Like family is so big in your reading right now. Excuse me. Family could be bio family, chosen family, people you live with. Your work family. Sometimes we have work hubbies and wifeys and what have you, right? But it feels like there's something there that has been, like obligatory, exhausting. And I am hearing patterns with that, almost like this pattern, this unhealthy pattern in relationships, but it feels like it's specific patterns to you. And I think you would only know what that means. Patterns that make you feel suffocated, stifled, chained, like you can't fully have your sense of freedom. and maybe even that you need to sacrifice for the sake of other people, but in a way that is not healthy. I want to make that clear. There's a healthy way and there's an unhealthy way, however that's transpiring for you. But I know it's a lot, but that's a lot of what I was getting with you. So let's go ahead, pull some cards. The cultivation of happiness, the feeling of home seems to be on your mind a lot, probably because you are dealing with a lot of relationship stuff. Excuse me, under these different definitions of family. I also burp a lot when I'm doing readings, so coming back, but the energy of home is probably coming up a lot because of this relationship stuff that I'm picking up with you and the patterns in relation to that. Especially in terms of the definitions of family relationships that I already gave you guys, okay? Green feels like a big color for you. I also feel a lot of solar too, but I keep seeing green. So green could be a nice color for you right now, okay? Like a foresty, almost dark green is what I'm getting. Any messages or insights for Aquarius? Yeah, God, I feel so exhausted in your energy. Between trying to like find the right harmony of your own vitality and like physical energy between like super low and super high, depressed, manic, however that translates over for you, between that and then this like relationship pattern stuff, it's like I feel like, yes, these are aspects of you and your own patterns, but I can feel you're very aware of how they like take away from your sense of happiness and joy. And I feel like you're trying to navigate how to deal with that. Any messages or insights for Aquarius, please? It feels like a lot of energy is going into checks and balances of self, like just holding yourself accountable and checking in with yourself on these different patterns, right? And okay, well, if I do this, maybe that'll improve my energy. Maybe if I stop doing this, maybe that'll improve my energy. Maybe if I stop entertaining this in my relationship, then, you know, my relationships can be better. Maybe I need to really walk away from this person. Maybe I need to deepen my relationship with that person. You know, it's like you're evaluating and checking yourself a lot, which I do think is good, but man, I feel like it's exhausting. Any messages or insights for Aquarius, please? I just want to breathe on your behalf, Aquarius. Breathe, breathe. The week that I'm recording, by the way, we do have a lot of squares going on with Mercury. I believe Mercury is square Uranus and Mars. Pretty sure, if memory serves correctly. And it's exacerbated by the White Rabbit asteroid. So there is a lot of just like overwhelmed, rushed, anxious, restless kind of energy going on right now, especially in the mental space. Any messages or insights for Aquarius, please? Let's see what we got here. You got a fire card. Be patient. Oh, yeah, breathe, Aquarius. Oh my God, breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe. Breathe. Take time to connect to your inner compass. I feel like all of this, like checking this and that, and I want this, but I need to do this, and I need to calibrate this, and like just all of this constant self-checking and reevaluating of how to make changes to improve overall in your happiness. Like it is a good thing, but I do feel like maybe it's to the point where you might be getting carried away with it, or maybe it is like overwhelming you. So just be mindful, because the energy of the week is very present in all of that, especially with this card coming out of be patient. It feels like, if they're bringing up the green again, connecting to center and holding center is going to be really helpful for you at this time, which typically I would say is the solar, but they're really emphasizing green. Like you need more calm and humor and heart energy going on here. I feel like you could stand to be a little bit more compassionate with yourself, Aquarius. It feels like you're being a little militant with yourself. I just got to be honest. I don't think the things that you're checking yourself on are bad things. I think those are healthy things to do. I just want to say, pace yourself. Yeah, pace yourself with it. Pace yourself. The happiness you're looking for, some of you may be trying to manifest very specific things or very specific like life or environment or kinds of relationships, and you're going to get there, everything in its own timing, right? You're clearly making the changes you need to make now to align to that and to bring that into your life. But it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen overnight. So be patient and don't lose yourself in the task of checking yourself and aligning yourself and making the changes. Like, find the joy in the everyday, find the joy in the fact that you're making these little changes here and there. Like, don't try to do it all at once is also what I want to say, because I feel like if you do, you may actually like lose your intention as far as like why you're doing this, right? Rome wasn't built in a day. I know we don't really like that phrase, but it is what it is. All right, let's go ahead and pull some other cards here. I was going to go with the Star Codes Astro Oracle, but I don't feel that for you. So I'm actually going to go with Dreams of Gaia, which has been coming out a lot lately for people. Yeah, it's like, even just like what I was getting with you of trying to manage your energetic reserves, that might take a lot of time to figure out what works for you routine-wise, food intake, hydration, sleep. I even feel like I need to like speak softly to you. Sleep, rest, right? When to work, when to not work. Like, that might take time to really calibrate. And you're doing it. Just remember, it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen overnight. Any messages or insights for Aquarius? Some of you are also, thank you. Some of you are cultivating your dreams into reality. That's something that just came through too. Again, very good. Awesome. It won't be overnight. So yes, acknowledge that, what you want and what you're working towards. Let it be a journey. Let it be a sustainable journey, okay? There may be pit stops along the way. There may be mile markers you gotta check out along the way, right? Or it's like there may be certain like milestones you need to meet to make that happen, right? So just enjoy the journey, okay, Aqua? And be kind to yourself. Any messages or insights for Aquarius? I do feel a big haul over in your relationship sector, though. I really do. Overhaul. Haul over? Oh, I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say. Rehaul? Rehaul? That feels more right. Any messages or insights for Aquarius? Some of you may be having digestive stuff. It might be related to stress. I gotta be honest. It might be related to stress. Some of you may be trying to be in denial about that. Could have strong Taurus in your chart. You don't need to for that to resonate. Seven of Fire. You got a lot of fire going on here. I actually feel like you need to calm the fire. Temper it. Flow with it. Don't just like, let me accomplish all of this right now. It feels also very Capricorn too. But you are the neighbor to Capricorn. And again, we're under that full moon influence. But Seven of Fire is a card of courage. It's a card of courage, of taking action in the ways you need to, saying what you need to, holding yourself accountable to do what you need to do, say what you need to say to get to where it is you want to go, right? To achieve a specific outcome. You are doing this. Like I said, it's like you are reevaluating and checking yourself in terms of your patterns so you can align to the life you really want. You're really ready to live. Just pace and compassion, Aqua. So it's very collective. Any other messages or insights for Aquarius? Whoa. Ooh, okay. Ooh, there's a lot coming up here, Aqua. We have the Youth card coming out. The Youth card comes out when it's almost like a Three of Wands energy, when we're taking on new things and we're looking at new horizons. It also can come out when we have a renewed sense of intention or renewed passion, if you will. And I do feel that for you, because it feels like you're really, again, holding yourself accountable to what it is that would make you really happy. But it means holding yourself accountable to making changes that maybe you weren't ready to make. It's like you're ready to climb the mountain that you felt like you couldn't climb before, so to speak. But the wolf is really standing out to me too. Some of you may be ending or beginning a lone wolf journey. You know how that applies. It's funny because I spoke with the wolf, I want to say in the weekly that I did. I can't don't remember if it was the weekly or the full moon, but recently I spoke on this with wolf medicine. Wolf medicine can show up in a couple ways as far as what it's trying to teach us. Normally, it is either in the realm of like rogue wolf or, well, tribal wolf. The wolf is always tribal, but the reason it can show up differently like that is because, yes, the wolf always holds itself to the role that it's playing in its tribe. Excuse me. Playing in its tribe, its family, its community, which seems to be big for you, right? So there's that, but the wolf also takes periods where they go rogue. So they can go and gain the wisdom and knowledge and expansion they need to bring back to their community, to their tribe, to play the role they're supposed to play. So some of you, like I said, are at the beginning or the end of a rogue wolf sort of journey, but either way, it's wisdom going into your pockets, so to speak. And it is also helping to facilitate you cultivating your happiness. Okay. So the more we're getting into this, the more I'm really feeling like you're just ready. You're ready to, actually, it's like, I don't even feel like it's a mountain anymore. It feels like what you're cultivating is you being that wolf in a pack. That's what I feel like it is that's what I feel like it is for you. Through me to you. From spirit through me to you. Okay. But what you have needed to experience as far as like, so maybe most of you are ending the rogue wolf journey because it feels like you've needed a certain amount of growth to be ready to actually do it. And it's almost like you saw a mountain in your way, but it's really not a mountain, it's a horizon. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, it's really not a mountain, it's a horizon. And your own fear, your own programming, patterns, vices, hangups were perceiving a mountain where there was a horizon in terms of unhealthy relationship patterns of like self-sacrifice or being of service in an unhealthy way, or being in obligatory relationships or in relationships that keep you stifled and stuck and not free, like the aqua you're supposed to be. And others of you, there's been this like needing to find your equilibrium to function on a physical level with sleep and food and when to work and when to play and all of that sort of deal. So those are major. That's literally health and relationships. Those are like 2/3 of our life, essentially, roughly, right? And here you are ready. Pace yourself. Pace yourself. Yeah, I do. I feel like you're coming out of the rogue wolf journey, medicine, and into more of being ready to cultivate that level of happiness. And even though that medicine is also in the grand scheme of a community or family, you can even look at it in terms of like society, like who you're ready to be in society, right? It's actually, that feels very aqua, what I just said. Any other messages or insights for Aquarius? I want to get one more card. You got 2 more. Pace yourself. It's working, okay? You're figuring it out. So again, 7 of Wands in youth, you being ready. Now we have the 2 of Earth and faith, finding the balance. And having faith that you will figure it out. Also having faith that everything will become clear and obvious. Because it feels like, yes, you're making this conscious choice to like not let anything stand in the way of your happiness anymore, including yourself and your own patterns. And this is the checks and balances you're doing for yourself, right? And you're ready to take on and move into the new horizon. However, for some of you, that new horizon is still taking shape from seeing a mountain and, oh my God, that's just too much. Almost like the mountain's been blocking you. Like your own patterns and fears and anxieties and insecurities and hangups and all that stuff that, again, you're working through became a block. You couldn't see the horizon. You saw a mountain. Now that the mountain is dissipating and you're seeing the horizon for what it is, the vision is still getting clear for you. The full vision is still getting clear for you. It's still falling into place. This is also why they're saying be patient, because this is not fast. This is not fast. This is not fast. They want to make it very clear. This is not fast. And like I said with the youth card, there's even like a 3 of Wands energy. So be patient. Be patient while the full horizon is fully taking shape for you. Be patient with yourself and making your own changes in your patterns and your habits in terms of calibrating your health and energy and your relationship stuff, right? Be patient while you're working through that, because that kind of change is like major change. Changing habits and relationship patterns, that's major, and it doesn't happen overnight. So be patient while you're doing this for yourself and getting yourself prepared while the horizon is also becoming clearer. It's all the same process, right? It's all falling into place. Just have faith, just trust yourself, and just trust that even if you are feeling like I need to have this all figured out right now, you really don't. Okay? You really don't. All you need to do is keep preparing yourself, keep holding yourself accountable, keep making those little changes day in and day out. And here's the other thing too. With these deep, deep patterns, sometimes we fall off the wagon, and sometimes we feed those patterns again, and then it's just part of the process of making those big, big changes that occur on a deep, deep level. So keep preparing, keep letting the horizon come into full focus, and you're going to be fine. Okay? And you're going to be fine. Let's go ahead and pull some other cards here. Like, what other cards do I want to pull for you? I mean, I feel like it's very clear. I'm tempted to do the Fae, but I can feel another deck pulling on me. Hold on a second. Yeah, we'll just do Fae. We'll do Fae. All the decks that you linked below. Don't know if I mentioned that. You're close. Just be patient. Wow, there's even a wolf in this one. Can I get a card for the Seven of Wands for Aquarius? Can I get a card for the Seven of Wands for Aquarius? Come here. Okay. We got 2 cards for the Seven of Wands. Oh, the Master Maker. I love it. So Saturn. With the Gotcha card, the numbers are 22 and 64. 22 a master number, mastery of self, which you are totally doing here. And then we have 64, which is a cyclical energy. It breaks down to a 10 and then a 1, so cycles, right? Every time I say that, people ask me why I say that, so that's why I say that. Coming through on this is going to be a long reading. I knew it was going to be long. I knew it, but it clearly needed to be. Anyway, with the Seven of Fire, again, this is that sense of courage of, you know what? I can do what I need to do. I can say what I need to say. I can make the changes I need to make for the life that I really want to live, for my own happiness. The theme of the full moon Capricorn, I labeled it enough is enough. And I think everyone was feeling that with this full moon of just like, I'm sick of getting in the way of my life. I'm sick of getting in the way of myself. I'm sick of the way even society gets in the way of my own joy and happiness and me being myself. That's very full moon Capricorn with this particular one we just went through. If you want to go into a deep dive on it, you can also find that on Patreon and Vimeo as well. The links are below for that. Just make sure you read the titles and everything. But anyway, coming back, Aqua, you making that choice to go, you know what? I can do it. I can do it. That's why Master Maker is here. It's exactly how it sounds. It's very Saturnian, where Saturn comes in. Saturn, in the way that it works, is like comes in and applies pressure, and you rise to the occasion, or you don't, and you're rising to the occasion. The Gotcha card is interesting here too, because the Gotcha card is always about a surprise. That's why it's called the Gotcha, right? I don't think you know the surprise yet. I feel like that's going to come into full view when the horizon is fully clear. Hence, when the steps to take and the path to take is very clear. Right now, there's a lot of preparing the self, making the internal changes, right? Making the changes of self. That is very clear. And as you're doing that, the block of the mountain is disintegrating, and then the horizon will be very clear. The path will be clear. And there's a surprise there. There's a surprise there. I can feel that. Let's move on to the Youth card. You may be surprised in how your communication shifts as a result of this, Aqua. Other people may be surprised as well. You're a pretty good communicator. You're Aquarius. But clearly I'm speaking to people who have been trying to navigate unhealthy patterns in relationships that could compromise your level of truth and integrity that comes through your words. Just I was feeling it, so I just had to mention it. Tell me about the youth card for Aquarius. Tell me about the youth card for Aquarius. Oh yeah, there's a surprise. Ooh, Aqua. I don't know what the surprise is gonna be, but it's gonna be a surprise when the horizon comes into full view. Maybe it's also gonna be a matter of surprise of who you're gonna be dealing with. We have the Pook. Aqua. I'm getting anxious and nervous for you. We got the Pook out here with 60 breaking down to a 6. The 0, which to me is like the God integer, working through that energy of the 6. Harmony, memories, right? The Pook is kind of like a shapeshifter. Not in a bad way. The Pook is just comes out to say, it's not what it seems. It's not what it looks like. There's something kind of shocking about the horizon when you fully see it. And you're only going to fully see it once you are fully ready. Once you have fully prepared yourself and have fully made the changes you've known you've needed to make for your own happiness and what it is you want to cultivate. Okay? It's not what you thought it was. There's something about the horizon path that is not what you think it is. Or there's just something really shocking about it. And I keep getting a who. I gotta be honest, Aqua. I keep getting a who, like who you're gonna be dealing with. Oh, this is like so interesting. I feel like some of you are asking, couldn't it just represent the transition from the mountain to the horizon? Yeah. That's not what I feel intuitively, but sure. Sure. Let's look at the Two of Pentacles, the finding the balance as things fall into place. Actually, I'm gonna clarify this as a set because they came out as a set. The allowing things to fall into place and finding your balance and everything, and just trusting yourself and trusting that everything is going to make sense and everything is going to be clear and you're going to find your way. Okay. Oh, interesting. Some of you, the reason this is also occurring so slowly, one, yes, the changes you're making for yourself, right? The internal changes and habits and things like that. But some of you also had a big manifestation. And when we do big manifestations, sometimes it takes a lot of time. That might be the surprise for some of you. Like something you tried to manifest maybe even years ago. Maybe this was like, it took this long because you needed to do a lot of shifting and growing to actually be the version of you that would actually align to that manifestation, because that's part of manifesting, right? Or cultivation. I keep not wanting to use that word. Yeah, some of you, that's the case. This is a manifestation that's been years in the making. Tell me about the Two of Pentacles and faith for Aquarius. Tell me about the Two of Earth and faith for Aquarius. Let's see. Oh my God. I feel like that just confirmed what I just said. Fairies of the future. Fairies of the future. 33, another master number. Master numbers everywhere. So you have 22, the mastery of self, and then 33 is the mastery of creation. This is something you've been manifesting, cultivating for a very long time for a lot of you. So much so that I think that's going to be the shock, is like, you're going to have a flash of a memory when you actually see the horizon in its full view, and you're going to be like, oh yeah. So maybe that's totally what it is. But also know that these two cards coming out in your reading is indicating how things are falling into place. And so you are going to see your own future in full view when everything falls into place and when you are fully ready and have really cemented these changes that you've been working towards. That's why fairies of the future are here. The other thing that's jumping out at me too, I don't know if you guys see that, the eyes that are sitting above, right? Some of you may have some exacerbated higher chakra energy. So that wants to come through. Yeah, as I said that, I just had like a huge pain in the top of my head. Wow, that feels like a lot of light. Some of you, there's a lot of downloads that are also trying to come through in relation to this. And I do feel like you have a bit of a divine assist as far as making these internal changes to your habits and relationship patterns and just the overall health of your body and your energy that you're trying to support. Okay. Interesting. Aqua, we're going to get into part two at this point. We have 30 minutes into this reading. We're going to dive deeper into this surprise and that master maker energy and more about this like horizon that's trying to take shape for you. But if this is where we depart, I hope you really enjoyed this reading and just know you're doing it. Just maintain your faith and be very patient and compassionate with yourself that what you are about to see in full view is something you've been working to see in full view for a long time, and you're about to fully see it because you are working on anything that's created a block around it, which totally is about unhealthy relationship patterns. Communication's a part of that too, along with any struggles you've had of your own health and managing your own energy, like actual physical energy and vitality in your body, okay? All of it's about to become very clear, and there is a surprise in store for you. So, Aqua, I'm gonna bounce, but if you're gonna join me for part two, I will see you very soon. Take care, Aquas.